Scott just made the point.
Jefferson used to be a lot more secure, not just.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Whittle. These are the first trifectas of 2016. Time is short. We have a civilizational collapse to avoid, so let's just cut to the chase here and bring in Steve Green and Scott Ott to get to the bottom of things before the November election, which is right around the corner. Gentlemen, we all know by now that the modern democratic playbook is taken directly from the Frankfurt School, formerly known as the Institute for Marxism. Critical theory means that the country must be divided into tribes that attack the center, and political correctness decrees that any counterattack must be ruled out of bounds before it begins by demonizing the enemy as racists, misogynists, Islamophobes, and homophobes by these sapiophobes on the left. So in order to slam home the winning narrative, Hillary Clinton has one qualification to be president. She's a corrupt, incompetent, mean-spirited, greedy, narcissistic, angry, old, multiple felon, but she does have lady parts, and so is not only eligible, but inevitable as the next president of the United States of America, who will complete the fundamental transformation of the United States from freedom championing, economic, military, and scientific superpower into a broken, drained money pot that she and her colleagues can continue to steal trillions from before the inevitable collapse. Now, to win the election, she has to continue the ridiculous charges that Republicans have launched a war on women. This means she has to repeatedly say things like all rape accusers deserve to be believed, no matter what. Now, a few days ago, someone took her up on that offer.
Let's start with the questions, and I'll try to get as many in. Well, I'm going to call on people. Wait a minute. I'm not going to take your question because other people have been raped. Yes, go right there. Okay, let me see. They're right back there. This man right there. Here we go, right there. You are very rude, and I'm not going to ever call on you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I asked her how in the world she can say that Juanita Broaddrick and Kathleen Willey are lying when she has no idea who Juanita Broaddrick is, because she told me this summer that she doesn't know who she is and she doesn't want to know who she is. And how can she assess that they're lying, which is what she told someone last month?
So, boys, in a nutshell, basically Hillary Clinton was called out on her backing her husband's incredible misogyny, and she decided not to take the question. Now, here's the issue. Unfortunately for Hillary, she spent about half a century now married to one of the most awful and ruthless sexual predators on the planet. And she not only stayed married to him, she was a big part of the Clinton Gestapo that utterly destroyed the lives of the dozen or more women who have come forward with credible evidence against Bill Clinton since he's been Bill Clinton. Now, Steve, I maintain that Hillary Clinton is now in a very serious and deadly trap. Her only credential is that as a woman, she's going to fight for women. But what we're seeing is that as a power-mad, ruthless opportunist, she has a 30-year record of fighting not for but against women with legitimate sexual assault charges and destroying them personally in order to remain in power. How do you think she's going to get out of that box?
It's a tough box. Before I answer that, though, I want to mention something. This hit me watching that video. It's the first time I've seen it. And another segment this week that is Scott's. He showed a video that Hillary Clinton herself, or a campaign put up on YouTube, of her talking about her little drinking exploits. And she's warm. She's funny. She's laughing. She looks comfortable in her own skin. But that's the fake Hillary Clinton. You see the real Hillary on the campaign trail there in her natural environment. She's cold. She's bossy. She's hectoring. And I'm not talking about the way she treated the person who's trying to ask a question out of turn. I'm talking about how she's running the whole event. What a deeply unpleasant person to be around. Gosh, I can't imagine attending one of those things without just gnawing off my own forehead to have something that was a little less uncomfortable to have to bear. Now, that said, I ran across just this morning a great quote from Christopher Hitchens. Well, let's face it, everything Christopher Hitchens said was great, except maybe for when he was excusing himself to the men's room. But Christopher Hitchens said, I think this was back in the 90s, that Bill Clinton didn't lie about sex. Bill Clinton lied about women, and Hillary helped him to do it. She called Monica Lewinsky delusional. She called Kathleen Wiley a liar. You know, there's settlements in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she's smearing them. She learned her lessons from James Carville, who said during the '92 campaign, "Oh, you never know what you find dragging a $100 bill through a trailer park," talking about these women with substantive accusations about Bill Clinton. Hillary Clinton is a party to this. She's been a party to this from the beginning. She laughed about defending a child rapist. There is not a thing about women that Hillary Clinton likes, and I think that starts with self-hatred of Hillary Clinton.
I think you got that right. You know, Scott, recent charges have emerged that President Clinton visited a mysterious island via private jet repeatedly, where prostitutes, some who may be underage and reports are as young as 12 years old, happen to, completely coincidentally, be in the vicinity. Now, some GOP candidates, well, one of them anyway, seems determined to use this fundamental reeking hypocrisy against her, coupled with the fact that she's not going to get anything like the black vote that drove Obama into office if she loses or even erodes this one and only area of hers, women's issues. Then she may be in real trouble, don't you think?
I think hypocrisy is the perfect word for this. And I think Hillary Clinton, that little video clip, it gives a perfect synopsis of what liberalism is all about. It is Hillary Clinton saying every woman who makes accusations of sexual assault deserves to be heard. Okay, that's what she tweeted before. So in the abstract, women who say that they were sexually assaulted have rights. But in the particular, when it comes down to an actual woman, when it comes down to somebody she knows who's involved in this situation, then the answer is shut up, sit down, and everybody cheers. Did you notice that? Now, keep in mind, these aren't the run-of-the-mill rank-and-file Democrats who show up to these kind of events. These are the most, dyed-in-the-wool activists who come to Hillary Clinton's events around the country. It's not like with Donald Trump rallies where 10,000 or 30,000 people show up. You know, they have a little select group, and the call goes out when she comes into town. They're like, hey, guys, we got this hall with like 200 chairs in it. We want to fill every seat if we can. You know, so these are the top, most dogged, intense Democrats. And when they hear Hillary Clinton say to a woman who's asking about sexual assault, you shut up and sit down, I'm not coming to answer your question, they come out of their seats and roar with approval.
Yeah, and that's why we have to go after young women and show young women who haven't been following this woman for 30 years what an awful person she really is. Now look, folks, Bill Clinton is a charming, appealing, thoroughly despicable person. Hillary Clinton is Bill without the charm and appeal. She's a well-known, lifelong congenital liar and a multiple felon to boot. It would be just lovely if Bill not only did not save her candidacy the way he saved Obama's, but became, in fact, the anvil that pulls both of these horrible people back into the smoking red pit of fire and brimstone that they slithered out of. One way or another, though, the odds are looking non-trivial that they may be able to wave to each other from their respective cells in prison. I'm Bill Whittle. Thank you very much for joining us, and for PJTV, thanks for watching.